where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders. On one sideline, there's the head coach of the Browns. His team in the win column for the first time with their victory a week ago. And on the other side, the head coach of the Raiders. Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. And off we go from the desert. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. Led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
And he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. And he had a couple nice throws mixed in, a couple decent drives here and there, but the inability to find the end zone, of course, he had the one interception. So a lot to clean up, a lot to improve. Not just him, but frankly, the entire offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And he's close to a first down. The gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Right side and hauled in by McConkey. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. McConkey in motion. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On play action. Now Herbert. Open man. It's Dante Fortin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Herbert to the air again. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Another Raiders 1st down.
On play action now. Herbert. He'll tuck it and take off. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal. This has been a solid opening drive. Knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Herbert. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting it.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Pat McConkey. Touchdown, Raiders. His 1st touchdown of the new campaign. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by their quarterback, the rookie out of Nebraska.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. 14 yards on the pickup there.
First down. A gain of 14.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up the first set of downs.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 3.
Now, faking the give. Pass is caught. That's Rucker, the tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Browns.
On the ground, it's Quinshawn Judkins. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
A short one that is caught by Fannin. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. We'll try and run for the first with Judkins. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. He's got the first down and more than that. And he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this. And you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense ready to get going with their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Pass caught right side by Thornton. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Keep it on the ground with Genty. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw, it's Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. They'll look to throw. This one complete, right side. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. It's a Browns first down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we're back in Vegas after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. Here's first and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Judkins now on first and 10. Not much happening there, just a short gain. From the 44-yard line, here's second and 8. They run it once more with Judkins. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Third and 10. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. On fourth down, here comes Jack Fox to kick it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. In motion, that's Thornton. To throw is Herbert. That is taken in left side by Thornton. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Now they'll set up to throw. Pass completed to Douglas. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. Moving to his left. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
That's good for a Browns first down. It's a gain of 10. first down, Cleveland.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And that's 3rd down.
He's got his man complete. That's Judy.
A gain of 6. And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. Right back to Judy. He's got it again. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the air one more time. Quick throw here is complete. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. They'll run it with Judkins, but he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa in on the stop. Right side hauled in by McConkey. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Here's Genty. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked by Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. Now after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. on the ground. Judkins. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's Jack Fox now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10.
It's now second and 10.
Run out of the gun for Genty. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Talk things over before third down. From the gun, it's Herbert. Open man, left side. He's got it. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now Herbert throwing on second down. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. They'll send their tight end left. Throwing is Herbert on third down. He's got his man. It's Pickens. So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's first and 10. On play action. Now Herbert. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up second and 18.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
Raiders first down. First and 10.
Throwing now is Herbert. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in second and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Here's Herbert. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
From the 23, this is second and 3.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Browns offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
1 yard gain.
He'll look to throw. That's out wide to Judkins. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll give it here to Judkins. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They face 2nd down and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Pass completed to Douglas. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns will extend their third quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This is fielded inside the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 12 yards on the game, and that's good for a quick 1st down. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
At the 43-yard line.
They bring the tight end in motion. Here's a handoff to Genty. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
Herbert. He's got his man. That's Hooten. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Raider 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
And they'll They'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Gain of 9 brings up
Throwing, Herbert. Open man is Horton. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run, and this is Dylan Lowby. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll give it again to Lowby. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there, and now it's 4th down.
Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal.
Carlson's kick is good, and the Raiders will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Browns offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
For a Browns first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Judkins. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
Here's Judkins. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. One of the Raiders has got it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop him with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders make the lead 4. It is 17-13. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now, faking the give. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Back to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
The Browns getting their punting team out there, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. That's taken on this side of midfield. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Raiders offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 43-yard line.
Shotgun now for Herbert. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Glad McConkey, the one he was looking for.
Brings up 3rd
And 3rd down coming up.
yards to go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And the Raider 1st down.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Herbert keeping it on the zone read.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Genty. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
At the 2-yard line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Dylan Lobby. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. ahead with Judkins. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
That one taken in by Douglas. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards.
A 39-yard gain on the play. First down, Cleveland.
I like to call these short throw, long run. You don't always have to generate explosive plays in the passing game by trying to throw the ball over the defense's head. This is a great example of it. Get the ball to the guy with speed, in space, and let him do the rest. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
There he goes again. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Game on. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Laube. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Herbert. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run with Laube. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
No play fake. Herbert, he'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Vegas.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. A return now from the 4. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately...
nowhere to go! He's going to be taken down!
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that 2nd down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
I understand it's 3rd down and the quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on 3rd down and you're going to force the ball into tight coverage, at least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that 1st down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete. And now it brings up 4th down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Browns...
They'll look to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. Play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll step up and run this. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
That's another Browns 1st down.
On the ground, here's Dylan Sampson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
1-yard gain.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, they'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Pass is caught. That's Ruckert, the tight end. The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
So I'm not sure if this is miscommunication or just bad execution, but either way, this is a ball that just needs to be completed. I mean, it's 4th down, money moment. You've got to be good in these critical situations, and when there's opportunities for plays to be made, you got to make them.
A give, and here's Laube. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Second and a yard.
At the 35-yard line.
In motion, that's Thornton. Carry now for Laube. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. On the ground, here's Laube. Fighting off defenders here. He'll turn forward and pick up 3. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, and it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. The Raiders send their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Browns first down.
Now the spike as the clock takes under 50 seconds to play. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. A short throw taken in by Goddard. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Cleveland.
And the Browns first down. It's a gain of 10.
Now the spike comes with 28 seconds to go. Here's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Has completed to Douglas. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down. Back to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Back to the air one more time. Going deep downfield for Judy. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.